Hi, it's Alex from LaughingPlace.com here today with 3 new releases from the Barbie Signature Collection themed to Star Wars, all in celebration of A New Hope. So obviously right here in the center we have Barbie styled after Princess Leia. Over here we've got Barbie styled as Darth Vader, and then Barbie styled as R2-D2. Now, back in the 90s, I remember Mattel would do a lot of like Barbie as a character. They would do Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind. They really did a lot of them. This isn't necessarily Barbie as Princess Leia. These are more like elevated, almost like a runway fashion that is inspired by the characters. So it's a little bit different than what you might have expected. But let's start with the packaging. As you can already see, these are pretty eye-popping. Princess Leia in white, Darth Vader in this deep red, and R2-D2 in this deep blue. Now these retail for $100 a piece, so this is not necessarily a cheap collectible. It really is designed, aimed at more of a high-end market. They are limited edition, but it's not necessarily a specific number. For Leia and R2, they're doing no more than $20,000. They have that on the bottom of the box, so it tells you they won't make more than that, but they could make up to that number depending on how well they sell. Darth Vader gets an extra 1,000 units, so no more than 21,000 for the Darth Vader doll. And we're going to go in depth now. The packaging, this is really cool, the way that they kind of all shine through this V-shaped window here. They all have a translucent slipcover here that says Star Wars times Barbie. And then on the back of the packages for both Leia and R2, we've got the Rebel symbol, and on the back of Darth Vader, you've got the Empire symbol. The writing here, the little copy on the back, does make it clear that all 3 are inspired by A New Hope, the original Star Wars film, so that means there's potential for this line to continue. I would think it would be really cool to see them go kind of in order of the film's release. It would be really fun to see the new era as well, see them get into Rey, BB-8, Kylo Ren, some of those characters. So these slip covers do come off. They are a little bit delicate, but what's nice is there is kind of a little tab here. So if it has any resistance, it doesn't necessarily break. It would just pop out of that tab. So you would just slide these up like that. And then, this is what's really cool, when you open them up, they have custom artwork on the inside. So kind of the way that this lays out is on the left side, you've got artwork of the character that they're modeled after, and then on the right side, you have concept artwork of the doll themed to that character, and that's the same across the board. Now we're going to take them out of the packaging and see what they're like up close. Here are all 3 dolls out of the boxes. Now the process of actually taking them out of the box was fairly easy because these are collector dolls. They were kind of strapped in with plastic pieces that you can twist and undo. You would then be able to twist them back in. I think the one part that wouldn't be able to reconnect is they do that thing where they plug a plastic tie into the backs of their heads, so you do have to cut that. That's the only thing I had to cut in the process of unboxing all 3 of these dolls. Otherwise it was just a little bit of removing tape. Now the dolls themselves are all really high quality, made of some really excellent material, and I hope with the close-up shots you're able to see that. The certificates of authenticity that they all come in, I've unboxed quite a few Barbie Signature dolls, and the one thing that might not show up well on screen is that this is a different quality paper. It's a thicker cardstock. It also has like fabric lines going through it, so it's a even a nicer certificate of authenticity. It does say this is Barbie Signature Gold Label. I believe a lot of the pieces that I've unboxed have been just plain Barbie Signature, so Gold Label seems to be elevating it up a notch. We'll start with the Leia doll, and as you can kind of see, she is the most like her on-screen counterpart. The thing about the costume, though, is that it is a really nice material. The sleeves on the inside, it's very much like a satin finish, but on the outside, it has a lot more texture to it, and that is very evident in real life. The skirt does have kind of a slit here. Her boots go up nice and high and have these really cool patterns where you can see some skin through it. And then the back of the dress has a long train. So with the base that's included, it does fan out. So if you're displaying her, you can kind of pose that nicely. The bag that she has, so all of them have a clutch. The one that she comes with, it doesn't have a handle on it, and it is the Rebel symbol, and so they included a rubber band. That's kind of how I have it hanging here. I'm a little disappointed in that. I wish there was a better way to display the bag out of the box. But other than that, this is a great doll. Now, the base is easiest to see on the R2 doll because her skirt ends pretty high. And what's really nice about it is on the forward-facing plate, it just says Star Wars. The sides have kind of that iconic Star Wars grate motif. And then the back of it has the Star Wars Barbie logo. The boots on the R2 doll are really cool. They lead into plastic shoes, but then it has kind of a pleathery material going up the legs that then transitions into some very sparkly silver leggings. The skirt that kind of is reminiscent of the shape of R2-D2 is translucent, which is really cool, so you can see those leggings through the skirt. The dress sort of ends at the neckline. Then there is a plastic belt with more R2-D2 iconography. She has a top over that has some metallic-y, shiny components. She's wearing a puffy vest that does have a hood, which is optional. I think it looks better down, but you can certainly put it up however you want. Her blue hair is really eye-popping. Even the eye makeup on this doll, or even the eye shape, is quite different from that of the Leia doll, so that is a really great one. The R2 doll also has a clutch that is reminiscent of C-3PO. It kind of has the round symbol from his chest plate, which is kind of a little bit interesting. She's actually seems like the most popular in terms of where you can find them. Most places are reporting that they're sold out of the R2 doll until at least January, so she is delayed for most orders. The Darth Vader doll, the cape is removable, and you actually have to remove it to get her out of the box. Her clutch looks more like the Darth Vader chest plate, and then she has a really eye-popping, pleathery bodice, which is really cool. It has kind of Darth Vader's belt on it. The overall look of the doll, including the glasses, really reminds you of a kind of a menacing runway model, something you would expect to see in the movie The Devil Wears Prada. She has some striking red fingernails as well. Both the Leia and R2 dolls just have pink fingernails. Her boots are really cool as well, and they do have a red stripe going up the side. And everything about this doll is really great, especially the collar. It is kind of a plastic piece that really calls back the iconography of Darth Vader. I'm really impressed with this first wave of Star Wars Barbie Signature dolls. I would love to see this collection continue, but whether it does or not, they really picked 3 great characters to kind of kick this off with. I really hope that you enjoyed this unboxing video. All 3 of these are available, and again, these are a limited quantity. They are not going to produce more than 20,000 of Leia and R2-D2, not more than 21,000 of the Darth Vader doll. So if you want them, definitely don't wait. And again, the R2 one does seem to be the most popular. She's the one that's harder to get, and most places are not able to promise inventory until at least January 2020. But if you're interested in these, be sure to check them out. And we will do a written review on laughingplace.com with up-close photos. So be sure to go to laughingplace.com if you're interested in seeing that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.